Hello, and thank you so much for signing up for the ADLD Research Hub. The team here at ADLD Center is so happy that you're joining. This is truly a community effort, and we need everybody to participate in order to drive ADLD research forward. So again, thank you. This video is going to walk you through the process of signing up for the ADLD Research Hub. There are 3 ways to sign up. You can sign up as a patient and create your own account. That's this button here. You can register on a patient's behalf. If you're a family member or a caregiver of a patient and they need help managing their account, this is something that you can do. That's this button here. And you can also register to share your own experience as a family member or caregiver of somebody with ADLD. In this video, we're going to look at that last option, how to sign up to share information about your experience as a family member or caregiver of an ADLD patient. This video assumes that you are not going to be entering information on behalf of an ADLD patient, in addition to entering your own information. If you are, we actually have a separate video on the type of account you should create, so you can go and find information about that. It'll be linked under the Register on a Patient's Behalf button. This just focuses on how to create your own account as a family member or caregiver. Now that that's clear, let's go ahead and take a look at the process. So you'll click on this button here. That will take you over to Luna, the platform where we're hosting the ADLD Research Hub. If you'd like a bit more information about Luna, you can check out their website, lunadna.com. You can visit our FAQ on the ADLD Research Hub webpage. You can also contact us directly at registry@adld.center. In order to register to start entering information about your experience as a caregiver or family member, you'll first enter your email address. And then a password. And you'll also enter your country of residence and date of birth. This information is stored separately from any information that you share for research. So researchers, including the ADLD Center, do not have access to this information. Once you've entered that, you can go ahead and click on the Create an Account for Myself button. And after that, you can navigate to your inbox. I've got that open in another tab over here. You may need to open that up though, check it on your phone, whatever you're using. In your email, you should see something that says, hello, please verify your email address. This is from noreply@lunadna.com. In that email, you'll just click on this orange button to confirm your email address. Next, you'll set up 2-factor authentication. This is a standard, security protocol that should be familiar from social media platforms, online banking. It's here to help keep your account safe. Once you've entered your phone number, you can go ahead and click this Send Code button. And just so you know, you do not have to have a US phone number in order to use Luna. It is open to anyone, anywhere in the world. So all you need to do is have a phone number. Go ahead and click this Send Code. You'll receive a verification code. Once you receive that, you can type it in and then click Submit. On the next screen, you'll be shown some recovery codes. These are codes that you can save, either in a note on your computer, you can write them down somewhere, and if you ever lose access to your cell phone, to the phone number where you're receiving messages about 2-factor authentication, you can use one of these codes instead. From here, you'll go right into Luna. So you'll see this consent here where you can agree to participate in research on the Luna platform and in the ADLD Research Hub. You can read the full platform consent here, and there's also some bullets just summarizing the agreement here. Essentially, your data never leaves Luna without your permission, so ADLD Research Hub will never export your information, share it somewhere else unless you explicitly consent to this. as we start to have new research studies together with different research partners. If there's ever a need to ask for your data to leave the system, you will have a chance to explicitly agree to that. You can delete your data or revoke your consent at any time. So you can delete data that you've shared, you can revoke the consent, you can even delete your account if you want to. You decide whether or not you're participating here. Your personal information, so information that could be used to identify you, is never shared without permission. In fact, we really try to avoid collecting that information unless absolutely necessary. So at this stage, we're not actually asking for any personal information in the ADLD Research Hub. If we do in the future, you will have a chance to agree to whether or not to share that type of information with us. All research that takes place in the platform and in the ADLD Research Hub has oversight to protect participants. That means that an institutional review board, IRB, or ethics committee has looked at the research and has said, this is going to respect the rights of the people participating in that research. And finally, Luna will never sell data for advertising, marketing, or any other purpose. Everything shared here is for the purpose of research. Once you've had a chance to review the consent, you can just click this Confirm Sent button right here. After you agree to the consent, you'll be taken right into the ADLD Research Hub Start Here study. This is our first study in the registry. We'll have lots more in the future. Just a bit more about this. This is a general study that's open to the entire ADLD community. So patients, but also family members and caregivers of patients, like the example we're talking about now. So everybody can participate in this study. And what we're doing here is just collecting some simple information to help us understand who's here, who wants to participate in research, and to get a better understanding about some of your needs. This is going to be really critical for how we design future research studies inside the ADLD Research Hub. So we really appreciate you taking the time just to tell us a bit more about you and about what some of your concerns are. So you can go ahead and click this Join Study button. That will take you into the study. We don't have any additional consents that you need to look at. There are no additional prerequisites. That's things, to kind of screen people and make sure they're in the right study. Like I was saying, this study is open to everybody. So you can skip right ahead to the data requests for this study. There are 4 data requests currently. There are 2 versions of this Your Experience with ADLD survey. There's one that's about the patient experience and one that's about the caregiver and family member experience. Because you are a family member or a caregiver who's entering information about your experience, you should not fill out the patient survey. You should fill out the caregiver and family member survey. If you like, you can also fill out the demographics survey and this EHR survey. And again, all of this information right now is pretty general. We'll definitely be looking to hear from you about what sorts of research studies you'd like to see done, for family members and caregivers in the future. We've already heard from some community members, especially those who are descendants of somebody with ADLD, that they would like to see more detailed surveys to help them potentially track preliminary symptoms. So let us know what you're interested in. Let us know what's important to you. It's really important to hear from the community about the direction we should be going with. Of course, we're also talking to you in other ways. We're talking to researchers in other ways, but gathering information all in one place like this is really, really valuable. So again, thank you. I'll show you really quickly just how to go into these surveys and what it looks like. There are what we call prerequisites. There's that word again on the surveys themselves for the ADLD experience, just to make sure that the people completing the patient survey actually have an ADLD diagnosis, and that the people completing the family member or caregiver survey are actually family members or caregivers of ADLD patients. So you can go ahead and just click this view button to see the participation requirement. It is just a simple question that asks whether you're a family member or a caregiver of an ADLD patient, and you're entering information about your own experience. So that's what we're talking about in this video. So you'll just click that yes dialog and then click submit. And then you can begin the survey. Luna will save your progress after each question, so if you need to pause in the middle of the survey, you can. It's a very short survey though, so hopefully you don't need to. It's just going to ask you to confirm whether or not you've been diagnosed with ADLD. We're expecting the answer will be no, since you're joining as a family member or caregiver of an ADLD patient, not as somebody who's already received a diagnosis of ADLD. Of course, if that status changes in the future, you will be able to join ADLD patient surveys if needed. So for now, I'll answer no here. You can answer whether you think you might have ADLD. And it will also just ask you more about your relationship to an individual with ADLD. There will also be some questions just about, your needs, kind of your concerns, where you think research should be headed. But in general, it's going to be a really, really simple survey. This is definitely not the end-all be-all of the research we'll be doing. This is just a starting point, and it's really important to us to hear from the community to help design future research studies. So once again, we really appreciate you taking the time to share a bit about your experience, and we're excited to keep co-creating this with you.